What is going on, guys? Well, I'm back here with more Warframe. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for a lovely 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. So I took my time, and today I'm bringing you a very special episode of Warframe. If you want any one of these mods, then stay tuned. Now, this method may or may not be the best way to do this, but this works great for me. It's a pretty efficient way to farm the enemies that drop these mods, though currently there is no way to up the drop chance of any rare mod, but at least this will give you a more consistent and repeatable way to do it in the shortest amount of time. And majority of the mods here, especially the ones that drop from the bursas, have a very low drop chance, like a 0 point something kind of drop chance, so I only recommend doing this a couple times a day unless you really want to go hardcore into it. Especially for the most expensive one here is Temple Royale. So let's get to it. The frame I'd highly recommend doing this on is a Desecros or a Desecrate flavored Necros, but this can be done on an Ivara as well. You can use this non-forma build right here. It's a pretty standard Desecrate Necros build. What's important is you gotta hit 75% additional efficiency. It should appear there, 175% efficiency. It cannot go higher than that. That is a hard cap. Hard cap meaning any efficiency added more to the 75% is just putting mod points to waste. Again, you cannot mod more than 75% efficiency. I've noticed a lot of guides on YouTube do not explain this, so I hope this helps. Anything apart from the 75% efficiency here is interchangeable. I put the natural talent so you can spam Desecrate, and I put overextended because you're going to be using the Terrify, which I will explain later in this video. And any additional range to Desecrate is awesome too. As for the aura, I like using Energy Siphon. You can also mod for his augment Despoil, where your Desecrate only consumes health instead of energy. Ultimately, you can bring any other frame. You can bring whatever you want as long as you can kill a Bursa. But an Ivara or Necros would double your drop chances. Similar can be done with an Org Gaze Atlas or a Pilfering Hydroid, but those two won't be doing this as fast as an Ivara or Necros. For the weapons, you can bring pretty much anything that you want, but the weapon I found to work best with this is the Sancti Tigress. Modded for magnetic damage, since you'll be fighting Corpus and its high burst damage, it'll eat right through anything that you point this at. And given the fact that it's got a Syndicate proc, it'll help you set up this farming a lot faster. And since its proc adds health, it'll keep you on the field a lot longer too. The mission you want to be doing this on is Nesso on Neptune, or any other Corpus Exterminate that's not on Mars, Earth, or Venus. Because as far as I know, Bursas don't spawn at low level missions. To set up farming, what you want to do is complete the mission, keep it on an alerted state, hack only if you get locked out. Once you've killed all the enemies, you want to proceed to extraction, but don't extract, just go to the big area around here. Even if you completed the mission, killed all the enemies and whatnot, Bursas will still spawn if the mission is on an alerted state. If you're doing this on a different mission without an extraction like this, I'd highly recommend finding an open area with lots of cover. But if you got this one, it's great because what you can do is you can climb up here, and this is pretty much a really safe spot to wait. Bursas can't reach you up here. Just wait patiently up here. You can go grab yourself a drink. So the thing you gotta know about Bursas is, even though they look like MOAs, they function a lot more differently. Pretty much a MOA on steroids. Now there are 3 types of Bursa, and 1 random type of Bursa will spawn every 45 to 90 seconds when the mission is in an alarm state, and they increase level every time they spawn. And every now and then it spawns a Crambus or a combat enemy. Now the Scrambus and the combat enemies, they both drop Vulpine Mask and Combustion Beam. And also Gaia's Tragedy. Yeah, but back to the Bursas, there are 3 types as I said. The blue one's called the Drover Bursa. This is the offensive Bursa that fires missiles and explosives. And this one drops Lifestrike. This orange Bursa is called the Denial Bursa, and it drops Astral Twilight. This Bursa also fires missiles, and pretty much like the Jackal's missiles, and has the ability to slow you down, and also has the ability to use shockwaves. And lastly, we have the Isolator Bursa, and this one's the white and black one. It's got a crazy knockback and fires nullifier bubbles. It's also the most mobile and fastest running amongst all 3. Generally, all 3 Bursas have these armor pads on their legs so that decreases the damage they take from the front. So what you want to do is shoot them from the back, specifically right at that panel, which triples the damage given to them. One thing you gotta note about that panel is that you can hack it and make the Bursa fight for you. While useful in other missions, this won't really help you while farming them because that'll only take longer for them to dissipate their body. And once one spawns, and that platform down there right below this, that's where they'll be. Simply drop down, Terrify. They won't run around further than this platform, and they tend to corner themselves after they've been terrified. Go around it, spam Terrify if you need to, and then shoot that panel. located right at their backs, and kill the combo or scrambles if ever one spawns with this one. Now wait for the person to twitch up and really die, and that's when you can desecrate it. Right after you kill him, it gives you this little window where you can hack that panel, but you have to wait a while until it really dies and it drops its loot. You'll know this once it makes this sound, it twitches, and you can't hack the back panel anymore. At this point, you can desecrate the corpse now. Don't bother bringing a slash melee weapon to try to cut the bodies into pieces for more desecrate pieces, because you can't dismember them. Now, like I said earlier, you can bring an Elvira to this mission. Nothing fancy, just a duration efficiency build, but since you're using a glass frame, you gotta be more careful. Just prowl up near them, pickpocket, and then kill them. If you decide to do this in the group, you can bring any number of Elviras, with or without the maximum of 1 Necros. But you can bring whatever you want, really, it's your game. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know. As the great Sun Tzu said himself, if you know thy enemy, and know thyself, and subscribe to Willem Gaming, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. As quoted in his book, The Art of Warframe. If you have any questions or suggestions about this build, or suggestions about anything at all, if there's something you want to see, leave a comment and I'll get back to you when I can. And I hope this video has been at least one way helpful to you. If it was, please leave a like. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Willem for future updates and if you want to get in touch with me. If you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe. I got new videos every week. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my buddy Ray Song. He's in my videos time to time and he gave me this idea to make this video. Also shout out to Skylar for suggesting the Elvira. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone for 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. I'm preparing a little surprise for you guys, nothing too fancy, so stay tuned for it. But as always, thank you so much for watching. You have yourself a great one, and I'll see you next time.